What's going on, my dried out mangoes? It's time to hear more of my traumatizing experiences in Japan. But before we get into it, I'm gonna need you to caress that red rectangle with symbols from an archaic language, as that boosts my channel and it allows you to join our army as we conquest towards 1,000 subscribers. Now, let's get into it. So, it all started about 6 years ago, when I was studying abroad in Osaka. I was getting off this train at night when my phone went off on this language exchange app called Hello Talk. It was from a girl who was around 22 years old, and her profile pic was this cute stuffed animal looking thing. So we talked for a few days and she's like, "Do you want to meet up?" Which only means one thing on this app. Now, I didn't know what she looked like, but I said yes because I figured worst case scenario, I can just be like, "Oh, I thought this was for language exchange," which was the purpose of the app. But I was definitely not prepared for what was about to happen. So I go to the meetup place and I had no idea what I was looking for because there was a ton of Japanese girls everywhere and I had no clue what she looked like. It was a lot like playing Where's Waldo but without the Waldo. So I eventually found her, and while my expectations were low, holy fuck, I was not expecting Kim Jong-un with long hair and a miniskirt. Now, I wasn't going to run away because Mama didn't raise a quitter, but I was really caught off guard. Anyways, we go to a restaurant and she orders 2 full-size meals, and I went for a rice omelet, which is a terrible choice because it was awful, and I didn't want to eat it. So, I'm just sitting here watching this girl bulldoze through these meals, and then she asks me if I was going to eat mine. I sat there in shock that she can eat that much food, and I told her I wasn't that hungry. So without hesitation, she grabs my plate and proceeds to delete my omelet. Now, here's where things get messed up. This girl looks at me and says, "I want you to get me pregnant." And I'm like, "Bitch, what?" Now, keep in mind that I was a college student with little money and in no position to raise a child, let alone cover this girl's food budget. So I tell her that I'm just studying abroad and I'm going to be going back to America, so I can't have a kid with her. And she looks at me and says, No. I don't need you. I just need you to get me pregnant. After that, I'll vanish and you'll never hear from me again." Now, this is, oh my god, at this point I'm getting all kinds of red flags. For those who don't know, half Japanese kids are often viewed as luxurious or status symbols, and they're flaunted around, like many Japanese women, they'll flaunt them around their friends for attention, and that was clearly what this girl was wanting. And on top of that, if I did decide to knock this beanbag chair up, there's no guarantee that she wouldn't show up, a few years down the road and take half of my salary. So, what if I wanted to be a part of this kid's life in the future as well? Well, in Japan, women can legally deny access to fathers wanting to see their kids while still sucking their wallets dry. And on top of that, this kid is going to grow up to hate the father because they were never there for them, and they're going to develop mental issues from being shown off like a zoo animal their whole freaking life. So again, just tons upon tons of red flags. So I told her no, and she's like, "Well, you should at least pay for the meal." And I was like, again, "Bitch, what? You literally inhaled all the food. You should be paying for my meal and a trip to the psychology office." So I ended up paying my share and was able to pull away from her gravitational field and headed home. I had to take multiple detours to make sure she wasn't following me. I blocked and reported her on the app, and that was about that. So that was without a doubt the second scariest experience that I've had in Japan. What was the scariest, you ask? Well, let me know in the comments if you're interested in hearing that story. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video enough to push that thumbs up button. Have a nice day and take care.